So I'm going to cover problem 2-1A in chapter 2. So we're going to do the first problem in chapter 2. And so in the book, this is Donna and Chris. So Donna and Chris Hoser have been married for 3 years. Donna works as a nurse at Dade University Hospital. Chris is a full-time student at Wolfson University, works part-time at Dade University Hospital. They give you Chris's date of birth, Donna's date of birth. They give you Donna's W-2. They give you Chris's W-2. Donna and Chris received an interest income form, 1099 INT. They also received a 1099 Miami-Dade OID. So we'll have to read the problem, OID. And then they received a 1099 dividend. So they have dividends. Chris is an excellent student. He was given a $1,750 scholarship to help pay for educational expenses. The scholarship was used for tuition and books. Chris entered a composer's sweepstakes and ended up winning $10,000. He took advantage of the no purchase required option and paid nothing to join the sweepstakes. This is his 1099 miscellaneous. Donna was a valued employee, and they sent her $40 when her mother passed away. Chris has a 4-year-old son, Robert, from a prior marriage that ended in divorce. His ex paid $300 in child support. Robert is claimed by a dependent by Chris's ex. During the year, Chris's aunt died and left him $15,000 in cash. Prepare this tax return. Okay, so let's talk about a handful of things before we get to prepare the tax return. So this is a fringe benefit. Her employer sending flowers. She does not have to claim the $40, okay? Child support that he receives is $300 a month from his ex. That is not taxable to Chris. Also, inheritance. His aunt left Chris $15,000 in cash. That is not taxable to Chris. So to start there, we don't need to do anything with those scenarios. So now I'm going to pull up the tax software and start their return. Create tax return. Donna. Again, I said I prepped all these people before. You'll have to enter their information. So I go to input, return, and client information. They are Florida residents. So we would select Florida, which has no state income tax in Florida. Florida. They are married filing joint. We have Donna, social security number. Let's see Donna's date of birth. 2001. And then Chris's date of birth, 1999. This is their 1001 Run Ave. They live in Miami Springs. And they're not claiming the child. His ex claims the child. So we're going to go down to the income. We're going to go to wages and salaries. So the employer identification number for Donna is you're going to type in the university hospital, the address. You're going to type that in. And if you did have a prior year return, it's going to put in the prior year amount. So you won't have a prior year return because you haven't prepped any of these. And I'm just going to put in Donna's W-2. So box 1, box 2. She doesn't have a difference here. These are all correct. She does have stuff in box 12. So you're going to have to group term life. So anything over $50,000 is taxable. The payroll company calculates this for you. The formula is in chapter 2. And then DD is the cost of employer-sponsored health insurance, 5989. Also in box 14, she does have access to a retirement plan. And in box 14, there's an other box. and she has an FSA. So you can do FSA in box 14, which basically means she's contributing money to a flex savings account for health. She has no Florida income withholding because there is no Florida income withholding. So that is all Donna's W-2. So once you do that, you would go back up here. You can add another W-2 by hitting the plus sign. They both work at this hospital. So make sure you check spouse for whatever amount is Chris's money. So 3933, 235 is how much he had withheld. And that's all that Chris has. So you'll type in the information in here, the name of the hospital, the ID, the address, the EIN. It will pop up if you typed it in the first one, I believe. Okay, so Donna and Chris also have a 1099 INT, which is taxable interest. So I'm going to click on this form. So this is where you would enter this 1099. So what I want you to do when you're in this quick entry is hit the details form on the first one. And you're going to put in here Dade County Credit Union. So this is who's paying it. It's in both of their names, so check joint. And then interest income. So box 1, interest income, you're going to put $696. That's because that's the taxable income held on this scenario, right? All right. So that is that form. All right. So then we're going to go, we can go back to interest income by clicking these lines. And then we have Miami-Dade School. So we're going to click the details line on the Miami-Dade Public Schools. So this is an original issue discount bond, which means they have tax-exempt municipal bonds. So this is where it's going to go. It's $146 and it's going into total municipal bond interest. All right. So they also have a 1099 div. So in the side here, dividend income. So this is dividends. Now we talked about dividends in the class. The dividends, there are taxed at a special rate, right? So if they are qualified dividends, they are taxed at a special rate. So we're going to hit the details box. We're going to put in the corporation. We're going to put in the payer's tax identification number for the bonds. This is in Chris's name. So we're going to put total ordinary dividends is $380. Qualified, which is how much is taxed at the special rate, is $330. So that is, and it will automatically calculate the special tax rate for these dividends. Also, Chris has a $1,750 scholarship that was used for tuition and books. He doesn't need to do anything with that. That's not taxable. But he has a 1099 miscellaneous other income. So we are going to scroll down. So if you have cancellation of debt, I think that's in one of the problems. It goes here. If you have alimony that you are receiving pre-2018 divorce, that is taxable, that would go here. So we're going to find the 1099 miscellaneous. I think there's a category for prizes and awards here. Give me 1 second and I will find that. Personal rent, jury duty. Social Security benefits also go here. Prizes and awards. So we are going to put prizes and awards. So Chris received $10,000. I think we might be able to expand this. Let's see what they have. Yeah. He received $10,000 in other income, and he did have tax withheld. So let's see if we can find a Form 1099 miscellaneous. Let's see what we got. Qualified tips. We don't want an override. It's telling me that I want to withhold taxes here, so so federal income tax withheld is $1,200. All right, do they have anything else? Child support not taxable, inheritance not taxable. Let's check the return. Let me see if I got everything. Let's see if that form went in. Okay. So we're going to go to the Form 1040. So now we have Donna and Chris. We have their address. We have their married filing joint. We have their social security numbers. We have the total wages, right? 58,978. We have interest income. We have non-taxable, which is the municipal bond interest. We have dividends, ordinary dividends qualified. We have the $10,000 of prizes. So total income is $70,055. They are not itemizing, which we'll talk about in another chapter. So they get the standard deduction. We subtract that from the income and they get a taxable income on line 15 of $38,555. Their tax is $4,110. They had $4,542 withheld from the W-2s and then $1,200 on the 1099. So that is all correct. And then they're getting a refund of $1,632. All right. Schedule 1, by the way, is additional, and this shows the prizes and awards, the $10,000. There's nothing else on this Schedule 1. And if interest income was over 1,500, a Schedule B would be attached. So I'm going to go ahead and hit File Return. Remember, we're just printing these returns. Print and create PDF. And then I will download the PDF and you will save it and upload it to Moodle. So this is the example from Chapter 2.